ahora sí, esto me calza justo. El presidente de la FIA. Cualquier cosa que ustedes necesiten, pueden invocar a Mohamed bin Sulayem, dirigente emiratí, expiloto, un hombre muy buenos recursos y con mucho poder, y que se presenta a la reelección de la Federación Internacional del Automovilismo y tiene una perspectiva interesante, por lo menos para escuchar, y algunas disidencias con los organizadores de las carreras, o sea, Stefano Domenicali. ¿Saben quién estuvo con Mohamed bin Sulayem? Flor Andersen. Escuchen, hay cosas muy interesantes que dice el presidente de la FIA. No se lo pierdan.
Acá estamos con Mohamed bin Sulayem, el presidente de la FIA. Hi Mohamed, nice to meet you and thank you for having us. You've been recently in South America, specifically in Paraguay, visiting for the World Rally Championship. Is the FIA seeing potential in South American countries to hosting racing events?
Yes, the FIA used to host very successful races in Argentina and in Brazil. Of course, there was also the cross-country races, which had Chile and some of the rest of the countries in North America. So we are not new. I do feel that the umbrella of the FIA should cover much more events, and we should reach to countries with potential. See, you cannot just have it in one continent, but reaching is also our responsibility, and also growing motorsport in a strong way.
Okay. How do you think 2026 regulations are going to affect the racing next year in Formula One? I mean, we know about electrification and obviously a new team like Cadillac joining next year, but how do you think that is going to affect the action on track?
Well, the old package of the engine is now changed. The unit is taken, and now the electrification is there. Basically, the engine is not very new. It is the same, but it has been modified with boost pressure, fuel pressure, compression ratios to get to the power and make it less complex. You know, it's a very complex engine. So what is our plan? Our plan is to simplify it, to make it more efficient, and to go forward. But these rules, it's not something I started when I became a president. This was 18 months before I became a president. So we put it in. And I believe what is the FIA rule? The FIA rule is to make a fair chance to every team. It's not easy to say, but it's difficult to maintain. So what we don't want also is an engine when the ICE engine is more controllable, and sometimes it's not controllable. The package of the electrification, we know how much it is, but then the engine difference, it is our responsibility in the FIA to make sure that everyone at least start with fairness for the future. Of course, if it is issue with their chassis, with their driver, it's nothing to do with the FIA. But the regulation that the FIA approved, we should also make sure we police it, so we give a fair start to all the teams.
Okay, interesting. Well, Stefano Domenicali has talked about how he thinks Formula One fans are bored in a way of free practice, how he thinks shortening the races and maybe putting more sprint races on the calendar is good. Do you think that's a good idea? Do you agree with him?
I feel that we have a lot of races and we have less drivers. That's my point. We are the FIA. You see, there's a difference. Our promoter, I can see his point. The promoter, which is FOM, is there because it's a commercial. And the FIA will always have the spirit of the sport. We are in the same boat, we do the balance, and that's what we go forward. Is making the more sprint races will have an extra load in the FIA staff that also I have to look into. It's easy to say, I see his point, we work together, the FIA and our promoter FOM, we work in a daily basis. But shortening the races, what is benefit of it? The fans, I do respect the fans, but the fans is a big part of it, but we look at other factors here. Is it good for also the people who are behind the scene who are doing it? Is it the right way? Is it going to have less consumption of maybe in the environment? Is it good to sustain the sport? It's a good idea, maybe. We just have to look into it.
Okay, good. What can you tell me about Argentina being a future host for a Formula One Grand Prix or maybe Rally Championship? What do you think of that in the near future?
I rallied in Argentina. I was in Carlos Paz. I was in Cordoba, a beautiful place. Argentina is a pillar for the FIA and Motorsport in South America. I understand that the previous ASN, which is our representative of the federation, just was not at the level of what we wanted before. But now when new blood is there, we are supporting them. They have the know-how, and to me, the WRC to go everywhere, it will make it much better for the drivers, and not just the drivers and the fans, also for the manufacturers. And I believe you have a lot of fans that encourage us to go there, and the love of the sport in that part of the world is amazing. And also a big welcome is there.